Hey everyone, it's Michelle. In today's video, I will be sharing with you my skincare routines during the colder months. I did mention in a previous video that this time of year here in Ontario, Canada, once the weather drops to the negatives and the heat is turned on in my condo building, my skin becomes a lot more dry and it feels dehydrated. So that prompts me to adjust my skincare routine accordingly, because clearly what I was doing in the summer months can no longer apply at this time of year. Before we get into this video, if you haven't already, please be sure to watch my summer skincare routines. It will provide greater context as to what I'm talking about in this video. The method behind my skincare routine is the same. My focus is acne control, hydration, and barrier protection. In terms of the steps themselves, they are very similar to what I do in my summer skincare routine videos. If anything, there are a few things that I do differently. The first thing I do is just swap out my cleanser. In the summertime, I like using a low foaming, preferably gel consistency texture type of cleanser, whereas in the winter months, I opt for something that's non-foaming and creamier. The second change in my skincare routine is that I incorporate a lot more supplemental moisturizing products. So you will notice that I do add one or two items here or there to really amp up the moisture in my skincare. The third thing I do is just change how I use my moisturizer. So back in the summertime, I used about half a pump or just under half a pump of the Bioderma Atoderm Intensive Balm. So in the wintertime, I just end up using a full pump or more. But as I've said, I will be demonstrating all these instances in how I keep my skin really nice and moisturized during the winter months while still addressing the acne control. For those of you that are new to my channel and seeing a skincare routine video for the first time, I am 30 years old with acne-prone, normal to dry skin. In the winter months, it definitely leans on the drier side. And I use prescription strength retinoids. I have been using them consistently since 2018. So if you are interested in any of my previous skincare videos, I'll be sure to leave a playlist down below. Instead of doing two separate videos like I did with my summer skincare routines, I'm just putting everything into one, just because the products I'm about to share with you, I've mentioned them already in previous videos. Some of them are quite recent. So for those, I will just leave them down below in the description box, and I'll also leave links to my blog post if I did do a separate review on them as well. Having said that, let's get into the skincare routines. Hey everyone, in this part of the video, I'll be sharing with you my morning skincare routine during the colder months. It is now 3 p.m. I am definitely starting my morning skincare routine late. Very bad habit. I should definitely do it as quick as possible, but you know, state of the world. Sometimes you just don't feel like doing everything in a timely manner. Either way, let's get right into the routine. So in the summer months, I started my morning routine with a hydrator, and I kind of considered it as a morning cleanse by applying a bit of it in a cotton round and wiping my face and neck. However, I more often than not find myself doing a water rinse or even using a creamy cleanser. Just because I use so many moisturizing products in my nighttime skincare routine, I feel like I need to be a little bit more thorough, and just using a cotton round is not enough. So right now I am going to do a water rinse and come right back. Water rinse is complete. For those of you wondering, I use lukewarm water leaning cool. I did pat off the excess water with a face towel, but I still want to make sure my skin is slightly damp. And now after cleansing, I'm going to be using the first hydrator in my skincare routine, and that is the Naruko Face Renewal Miracle Essence. I mentioned this in my skincare favorites of 2020, so I'll leave a link below if you want to check that out. So I'm just going to take a nickel size amount and apply it all over my face and neck. And I'm going to be doing another 2 layers, so 3 layers total. What I like about this first hydrator is the watery consistency. It just feels really nice and fresh. Feels like it really wakes me up, especially when I actually do my skincare routine in the morning. I also like that this essence makes my skin feel softer, just look a bit brighter, and adds extra moisture to my skin. My skin just feels really nice and prepped for the rest of my skincare routine. After the first hydrator step, while my skin is still slightly damp, I will be going in with my go-to vitamin C serum, which is the Geek and Gorgeous 101 C Glow Serum. So per usual, I will be taking a full dropper and applying this all over my face and neck. I've already reviewed this in full, but in short, this is a really nice low pH serum with 15% L-ascorbic acid. It also contains vitamin E and ferulic acid, and it is one of the more gentle vitamin C serums I have used so far, and it's quite affordable. Now that I'm done the vitamin C serum step, I am moving on to applying my second hydrator, and the second hydrator is more moisturizing. It leaves a better film on the skin than the first one. Majority of the time I like using the Rovectin Skin Essentials Activating Treatment Lotion. This is filled with a variety of hyaluronic acid molecules. It contains glycerin. It also has niacinamide, licorice root extract, and Centella asiatica, so it also has additional brightening and soothing ingredients as well. However, if my skin is still feeling a bit rough and dry from the previous steps, instead of using the Rovectin lotion, I instead swap it out for the Laneige Cream Skin Refiner because it is a lot more emollient. It softens my skin really quickly, and as I've mentioned many times, this feels like I applied a moisturizer on my skin. For today's skincare routine, I will be using 2 layers of each just so you can see how I apply it. Otherwise, I will only use one or the other and do 3 layers. So like the first hydrator, I use around a nickel size amount for every layer all over my face and neck. Now to nickel size. Now the Laneige Cream Skin Refiner. Alright, now that I'm done with the second hydrator, I go in right away with my Aczone prescription. This is 5% Dapsone. I apply a thin layer all over my face and underneath my jaw. And this is the main active in my skincare routine that helps deal with any inflamed or non-inflamed acne lesions on my face. And it also contributes to preventing any breakouts as well. Alright, second last step is moisturizer. So I still use my go-to, which is the Bioderma Atoderm Intensive Balm. Back in the summer months, around under half a pump for my face and neck was more than sufficient at moisturizing my skin. But during the colder months, I do like using a full pump of this moisturizer. But on days where my skin is particularly chapped and it's just more prone to dehydration, I do like mixing a little bit of the Aquaphor Healing Ointment with my moisturizer. The reason I do this is to make the moisturizer a bit more occlusive and just prevent that excess transepidermal water loss, and it really helps to prevent any dehydrated feeling on my skin. In today's video, I will demonstrate me using both. So this is 1 full pump of the moisturizer and half a pea size of the Aquaphor Healing Ointment, and I'm now just gonna mix them together. Now that it's mixed, I'm just gonna apply this all over my face and neck. The reason I only mix that much is because I still want the finish to feel like that of a moisturizer. I don't want it to be super slippy as if I applied the occlusive all over my face and neck at night. I still want that slight tacky finish just because I find if I am going to wear makeup, it works better. And also it's not going to compromise the wear of my sunscreen. Last step in my morning skincare routine is sunscreen. And if you watched my last video, you will know that I absolutely love the Dermatology Universal Tinted Moisturizer SPF 46. Since I already demonstrated how I use that sunscreen in my previous video, I want to actually show you what I'm currently using in rotation with the Dermatology sunscreen, and that is the Crave Beauty Beat the Sun SPF 50 Plus PA4 Plus. I decided to revisit the sunscreen, and I also had an opportunity to buy it because my sister came back from Korea, so before she left I asked her to order this sunscreen for me. Alright, so I'm just going to shake up the bottle, apply a generous amount on the tips of my fingers, and I'm going to use this all over my face and neck. Already what I like about it is the consistency, that condensed milk type of consistency that they always describe it as. Also, I really like that this does not irritate my eyes at all. I've been using this on my eye area without issues. And just like the first time I've used this, it does have quite a glowy finish, which I personally don't mind. And that is it for my morning skincare routine during the colder months. My face feels really good right now. It feels really nice and moisturized. No signs of dehydration or dryness to be found. It looks very glowy, but I definitely do not mind. If you haven't already, be sure to watch the summer version of this skincare routine just so you can get an idea of what the differences are. Also be sure to watch the nighttime skincare routine for the colder months and summer months to get the full picture of my skincare routine in general. Hey everyone, in this part of the video, I'll be showing you my nighttime skincare routine, and like all the other nighttime skincare routines I have done, I will be starting it off with a double cleanse as well as eye makeup removal. These are the products that I will be using. So for eye makeup removal or just my mascara, I will be using the Heroin Make Speedy Mascara Remover. I've mentioned numerous times that my eyes are quite sensitive, so using cleansers like this around my eye area for too long will irritate them. That's why I like going in with a separate eye makeup remover. For the double cleanse, I will be using these items right here. So the first cleanse will be Puritos From Green Cleansing Oil, and then the second cleanse will be the Paula's Choice Resist Optimal Results Hydrating Cleanser. Instead of starting off with eye makeup removal, I'm going to go in with the cleansing oil first, just because I'm I'm not using a cotton round with this, so I don't want it to rest on my eyes for too long while I go in with the oil cleanser. So for the Purita oil cleanser, I'm going to take 2 pumps and massage this all over my face and neck. I like the Purita cleansing oil because it actually contains some classic oils that were used for the oil cleansing method when I was using like a kitchen oil back in the day, but the difference is that these oils are in a formula that emulsifies and easily washes off my face. I did a review of this oil cleanser on my Instagram, so I'll leave a link to that down below in case you're interested. The oil is massaged evenly all over my face and neck, so before I emulsify, I will be going in with the eye makeup remover. The applicator looks weird, but it does get the job done. So what I do is make sure the ridges on this one is covered with enough product, and then I just run it through my lashes. I have tried this with waterproof mascara, regular mascara, and tubing mascara, and it works well for all of them. Right now I am wearing tubing mascara. I technically don't need this, but I did want to demonstrate this product to you since I did mention it in my skincare favorites of 2020. So now I lightly massage. It looks like it dissolved the mascara fairly quickly. Again, it's a tubing mascara, so it does come off easily anyways. Either way, it feels like most of the mascara has been removed off my eyelashes. So now I am going to splash my face with a bit of water. So I did give my eyes a quick rinse and wet my hands. And now I am emulsifying the cleansing oil just so I could remove it properly. And with the oil cleanser, I just make sure that I don't massage around my eyes a whole lot, but I do run it over quickly just to get rid of the rest of the mascara. All right, and now I'm running over my eyes. I am now ready to wash this off and move on to the second cleanse. All right, face is rinsed. Now moving on to the second cleanser, the Paula's Choice Optimal Results Hydrating Cleanser. And I'm going to be using 2 pumps of this as well. I just like how cushiony this cleanser feels, and especially during the winter months, I definitely prefer a cleanser with a creamier consistency. These types of cleansers do feel like they leave a bit of moisture on my skin. Just doing a pass over my eyes, and I am ready to rinse this off and move on to the rest of my skincare. All right, I rinsed my face and pat away the excess water, but my skin is still damp and I'm ready to go in with my first hydrator. So for that, I will be using the Rovectin Skin Essentials Activating Treatment Lotion, and I'm going to be applying 3 layers of a nickel-sized amount. I like the texture of this lotion. It is more viscous than the essence that I use in the morning as my first hydrator, but it is still light that when I apply these layers of moisture, my skin does not feel congested. And since I did the double cleanse, I feel like my skin is really nicely prepped to get some additional moisturizing products. Now that I've finished the 3 layers, I will be applying my prescription strength Tretinoin right away. And my prescription is Retin-A Micro and the strength is 0.1% Tretinoin. So as suggested on the packaging, I use 2 pumps of this, which equates to a pea size. So that's the pea size. And I'm just going to apply this all over my face and underneath my jaw. And I notice with the 0.1, it's quite grittier than the 0.04. So I find applying this on really damp skin just helps to get it to spread. And for those of you that don't know, Tretinoin is the key active that helps to control my acne alongside the Aczone that I will be using shortly after this. And also it contributes to the well-aging goals I now have in my skincare routine. Immediately after applying the Tretinoin, I will be going in with my Aczone gel. This is 5% Dapsone, and this prescription is mainly used to deal with the active acne lesions on my face, both inflamed and non-inflamed, but I also use it for prevention as well. It's just a nice non-irritating prescription that pairs nicely with the Tretinoin, and I've been using it since the beginning of 2020. I definitely noticed how much it's contributed to my acne control since I started using it. Now that I've finished applying my prescription strength topicals, I will be moving on to the second hydrator. And for nighttime, I like using something quite emollient, especially because it gets very dry at night. So for that, I have been using the Jumiso Super Soothing Cica and Aloe Facial Serum. I'm actually almost done this serum, so typically I like to use a full dropper all over my face and neck. I actually started using this serum when I switched from 0.04% Tretinoin to 0.1, and this is definitely a good skincare item to have on hand because I really do notice the soothing benefits from this serum, and oh my goodness, I think I'm pretty much done. I started using this serum when I switched from 0.04% Tretinoin to 0.1, and I did notice my skin was feeling a little bit sensitive from that increase. and using this serum definitely helped to soothe my skin. Alright, this Gemiso serum is officially done. It was very good while it lasted. But my skin is not as sensitive to 0.1% tretinoin anymore. I've actually been using it daily now, so I definitely think this serum lasted in the amount of time I needed it to. Now that I finished applying the serum, I move on to my last step, which is to apply moisturizer. So I do this in two ways. I either apply 2 pumps of my go-to moisturizer, which is the Bioderma Atoderm Intensive Balm, or what I will do instead is apply 1 pump of the moisturizer and a pea-sized amount of an occlusive. So the one I've been using is the Eucerin Aquaphor Healing Ointment. In today's video, I'll be doing the second way just so you can see how I use both of these products. Alright, so for the Bioderma moisturizer, I will be applying 1 pump all over my face and neck. I just love how this moisturizer makes my skin feel. It not only provides a really nice moisturized barrier to my skin, but it also softens my skin, and it does have that soothing aspect as well. And finally, to finish off my nighttime skincare routine, I will be applying a pea-sized amount of this Aquaphor Healing Ointment. There's the pea-sized amount, and now I'm just going to quickly melt it down by rubbing it between my hands. Very quick and easy, and now just apply this all over my face and neck. I just realized I forgot to show you all a step after I applied my tretinoin, and that is me applying a retinol on my neck and chest area. At the beginning of this year, I decided to use a vitamin A product on my neck and chest just to promote the well-aging process. And so for that, I've actually started using the Paula's Choice retinols, but in their travel sizes. So I started off with the Paula's Choice Clinical 0.3% retinol plus 2% bakuchiol treatment. And now that I finished this mini, I moved on to their Resist Barrier Repair Moisturizer with retinol, and I believe this has 1% retinol in it. So I've been applying this every other night, and I actually did want to apply this in this video, but I forgot. But just so you know, I have been applying a retinol on my neck and chest, and I'm gradually going to work my way towards the tretinoin. And that is it for my nighttime skincare routine during the colder months. As you can see, I like looking like a glossy donut at this time of year because it's the only way to keep my skin comfortably moisturized during these very drying months. And that is it for my skincare routines. As always, I hope you find content like this helpful and informative. If you did, please be sure to give the video a like, subscribe to my channel down below for future videos, leave a comment if you have any questions or recommendations, and I will see you all soon. Ciao.